Greetings. What's going on, guys? Hey, welcome to the live Q&A, man. Hope everybody's doing stupendous, man. It's been a minute, man. I was going live every day for a minute, and you know, I got wrapped up. My schedule got a little tight. Got a little busy, but we back. We back in full effect. Before we get into it, just want to let you guys know. I do have a free gift for y'all. I'm doing I'm giving y'all the good old simple. No, I'm actually not giving that away this week. This week I'm giving you guys my free fat loss system. Right? It's called the 50 and 5 month formula. It is in fact the method that I used to lose 50 pounds, 5 months, keep it off, and then teach. I don't know, to this point, it's like thousands of guys and gals to do the same. If you want access to that, it's in the it's in the bio of the YouTube section. IG, y'all got to type 50, for my fat loss system. And, I think Facebook, y'all just gotta hit the joint. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to hit the link in the description too, man. So, without further ado, let's get into these questions. Let's see who we got up in here. We got Rishi Reach, what up? El Baracco, what up? I see my man's Jason looking like he about to take a motherfucking nap. Jason, I'm gonna let you in a second, man. I see you chilling, bro. I see you, baby. I see you, man. We're gonna get to you, man. Voting for Kamala is keeping you big as hell. All right, man. We ain't getting into politics tonight. All right. Let's bring my man Jason in, and let's see what I can help Jason with. Jason, what up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm stupendous, man. You over there looking real comfortable.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. Yeah. I've been following your videos. I actually was for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I was down in Florida. Yes,
okay.
That where you are?
Yeah.
Because I was in Hallandale Beach.
You was in Hallandale, man? I'm in Fort Lauderdale, man. Just
I figured, but I didn't want your real estate value to go down, so I didn't want to come knocking on your door.
All right, man. Well, what can I help you with today, man? What you need help with, my brother?
Well, my problem is I'm 62 and I've only really worked out serious for about 3 months of my life. I don't have.
Why is that? Why you only worked out 3 months?
I don't know. I had a trainer for 3 months, and that was about the best
How'd it go?
I ever did. It went great. Okay. Don't ask me why I stopped. What happened? I don't remember.
I think that's the next logical question. Like,
right.
If a relationship's going good, why would you dump her? You know what I mean?
You're right. But the thing is, and I don't want to get into details on it, but as soon as I watched you, I kind of figured you were part of the Brandon team or a student of Brandon.
Oh, you talking about BC? You talking about Brandon Carter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to BC, man. That's my guy, man. I was on his podcast last week.
Oh, okay. And I've watched a lot of his videos, and the guy's fabulous. And I got no problem, with an understudy and working with you, because I have my own kind of plan.
Yeah.
That my plan, if I could pull it off, and if anyone can help me, would be you. I could go after a completely untapped group of people that's in my circle. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And
so what's the goal for you? Like, what are you looking to do?
Well, my goal is a crazy goal at my age.
Yeah.
And to rival the greatest body possible.
Okay. Well, why is that crazy, man? What
the thing is crazy? This. I'm not going to lie to you. It's an old joke that and I'm not really that big now. Okay. I mean, I'm really not.
You're not big as hell.
No, I'm not big as hell. No.
Okay.
Because I'm still about 6'3". I'm shrinking a little bit, but
yeah.
But the thing is, Brandon, the thing is, Corey, that I've had this love affair that I've never been true to a woman in my life. I've always cheated with Debbie, and she's little, if you know what I mean.
So you be eating all them sweets, and it's got you out here all fluffy and
I'm
shit.
gonna
Is that
tell
what
you,
you're saying?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Talk to
I
me.
can gain it like this, and I
Mhm.
can lose it like this.
Okay.
I can
So
lose
so
weight as fast as anybody, even at
so
my age,
why
because
haven't you kept it off?
um distractions.
Distractions.
Uh,
What kind of
the
distractions, bro?
truth. Some people drink and smoke and gamble and use drugs when they get
Yeah.
things. I've never done any of the above.
Right.
But my thing is, and I do have an issue. I do have I have an issue that that there's no name for, because I don't weigh 600 pounds,
Okay.
and that is like, you would never you would never offer your friend of yours who's an alcoholic, who's not
Yeah.
drinking anymore. You would never offer him a drink, right?
Right.
Okay.
Nah.
I can't have one piece of cake.
Okay. You can't. You
I
can't.
can't have,
Like
no.
you're physically incapable of saying no to some fucking sugar.
No, what I'm saying is, it's either
Okay.
all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
Like,
Okay.
I
So
can't have a little bowl of ice cream.
yeah.
The whole the
I
whole
think I get it, man. Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
You know, it sounds like to me, man, you have the disease that I have, that a lot of the motherfuckers watching have, and that's the disease of obsession, right? The
Yes.
disease of obsession, meaning that when you focus on something, you don't have the ability to not focus on it, right? So it's
Yes.
kind of like, if you're in a relationship, you all the way in, right? You ain't looking at no other chick, you ain't doing no other shit. No, you all the way in. When you at work, you are all the way in. You ain't checking your phone, you ain't fucking texting people. No, you're doing the job. And so when you on your shit, it sounds like you're on your shit. That's why you said to me that you and your last coach had good success, because you were focused on that.
Yes.
But it sounds like the problem is your focus. You're letting it wane. And
Okay.
when it does focus on the indulgement, you go all the way in on the indulge. You know, and that's where you're fucking up. Are you tracking what you eat, bro?
Right now, no.
Okay.
When I was
And why are you not
I was
tracking? Why are you not tracking?
again, distract. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're like the priest, rabbi, minister wrapped up in
Yeah.
one, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lay this
I'm
on you.
Pastor Corey. Welcome to the congregation, man. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna lay this on you, and you're the
Yeah.
first person. The
Okay.
first person, and I just know you for 3 minutes, that I have just figured something out that I have that I didn't realize. It's not life threatening or anything like that,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely been suffering, and honestly, probably my entire life. I'm very functional. Don't misunderstand me. Sure, though everything, but I definitely have some type of ADD
Yeah.
disorder. I
Yeah.
mean, and I'm actually just yesterday, reading into Focus Factor, something to
Yeah.
address that.
I was gonna say that the first step is the focus, right? Because life is a loop. If anybody want to understand this shit, you can go read a book. It's called Power of Habit, right? But life works like this: you focus on something. That focus influences your emotional state. And when you feel emotions, right? You experience emotions. Emotions aren't real, but when we experience them, it seem real from the perspective of, in our mind, they influence the next part of the cycle, which is what we do, right? You're in a great emotional state, you probably do great things, man. You say great things to people and you have good intent. But you're in a bad emotional state, you can fuck somebody's life up, including your own, right? You ever seen
No
somebody
question about it.
yelling at somebody for not taking their coupons at the cash register? That's a motherfucker that's in a bad emotional state. You ever seen somebody
Absolutely.
yelling at somebody because they maybe had a fender bender, right? That's somebody in a bad emotional state, right? Like you take actions in the state that you're in that are influenced by what you're focusing on, right? So it's important because those actions affect the results in your life. So it's really just stems down to what you focus on. The reason I asked about the tracking shit, and this will help everybody, is you put the focus away from the results and you put it on the habits that create the results when you tracking, right? So it's like, let's say for example, you wanted to make a purchase, right? You wanted to go buy a house or some shit, right? How you gonna make that purchase decision? Are you gonna make it just based off, hey man, this house looks great, let me buy it? Nah, you gotta look at income, debt, credit, right? You gotta look at something and be able to make sure that those metrics line up with the purchase that you want to make,
Right.
right? Or else your ass ain't getting no motherfucking house, man. All
Right.
right. so so with your body, if you want to build a body that rivals some of the best, what do the best do? Well, the best, they have certain habits inherently with nutrition, training, sleep, recovery, hydration, all these things that they do. And if you focus on doing those things, guess what you can get? Those results. Those are your income, debt ratio, credit score, numbers of the house purchase, but in the context of your body. So if you ain't tracking, you slacking, man. You ain't going.
Well,
You
and
won't
I'm
be able
not
to
going to lie to you.
cycle back.
I have tracked. I definitely, and I made,
Yeah,
progress. But the
yeah.
thing is, and like I said
Do you want to change?
about
It? Do you want to get back to making progress?
yes,
Why do you want to do it?
um, because it's really shortening my life.
Shorten your life.
Yeah,
What
no
do you mean?
question about it. This is I'm as reckless as can be for someone who doesn't use drugs and gamble and
Yeah.
smoke and drink. I mean,
Can I
it's
can I
still
ask you a real question?
yeah.
Because most people would be like, "Oh, that's so sad," right? I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna ask you, why do you want a longer life, bro?
There you go. I don't want a longer life.
What do
I
you?
just want to be healthy for the amount of time that I'm going to live.
Why do you want that though?
Well, I'll tell you why. Great question. My mom was staying in an expensive but a terrible assisted living place down by you.
Mhm.
Okay. I said to my mother, I said, I don't have to worry. I would never be in a place like this. I'd find the
Yeah,
nearest bridge or train.
right.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to live like that. Now, my mom is 91 and she didn't do anything that's reckless.
yeah,
But there are people much younger that I
yeah.
look at their lifestyle and I see this is why they're there.
Right.
Okay. So, but what I need, and I know this is what you offer, BC,
Yeah,
the thing is, virtually, I
yeah,
need someone, and I read all your your emails. I read them all,
yeah.
but I need someone that I could be accountable to, and could like virtually hold my hand and tell me like what I need to eat, even though like I know what not to eat, but
Hmm.
I'm just I direction.
You need
I
some
mean,
direction.
I need direction.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I mean,
listen. This is what I want to do, man. Because the biggest thing that you said, right? You said that you want to get the most out of life that you have left. You said you don't want to live like those other people,
absolutely.
right? But the
Yeah,
key thing that you have to identify before we even talk about potentially teaming up is, why is that important? Because them other motherfuckers, however they living, they gonna live however they live. You can live better than them, but why do you want it though? Right?
well, the reason
That's what
I
you got to tap into, because it's gonna be hard and it's gonna get difficult. And so you have to have a greater reason as to why you need to pull yourself out of this place to get to that other place. Does that make sense?
well, yeah, it makes sense, but
Why does it
for
make
me,
sense? Like what makes sense about it?
well, for me, it would be if I have 65 years in this life or
Mhm.
85 or 90. I just don't want to be in a debilitated. I'm not talking about a sickness that I could, God forbid I
Yeah,
get I'm not talking about that.
yeah.
But but Corey, you've been doing this long enough. How many people do you see that are killing themselves? Let's forget about that forget 50 pounds. Let's
Yeah,
forget 50. How about 100 and 150 pounds?
yeah. I got
You
I
follow
got
what I'm
some guys
saying?
that I
And
got some
I mean,
guys
I have
that
a
I've
friend.
coached lose that.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
I mean, I got a best friend at home back from New York. I met him. Granted, we were kids, but he was 5'9" and 175 pounds, and he's 5'9" today, 280 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's killing himself, but I don't get into that. You know, I haven't seen him in years, but I've seen pictures. So I just don't want to, you know, be that I can't do what I want to do. How's that?
So what's the next step? Like, what do you got to do from here?
Well, I have to get a handle on exactly my eating, my exercise.
Okay. All right. Why do you think those are the things?
Well, I do remember how I felt when I was 2-0 as opposed to 250.
Yeah.
But
you out here.
Even at
just so you
2-0,
know,
I still
250 and above is big as hell. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I'm still 6'3". I mean, how tall are you? How tall are you?
You're on the cusp of big as hell, but you can come down.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". You got some height on me.
All right. I mean, I used to be 6'4". I'm probably 6'3" now, but
gotcha.
I mean, and it's like
I tell you what, Jason, man, if you want to continue the conversation, I can because I can tell you kind of want to go more in depth about some stuff, and I want to get to some of these other questions. I could drop a link. I could drop a link. Yeah, I'll drop a link for you to set a time for us to chat, man. And
absolutely. Thank you very much for your efforts.
More help I can give you, man. Remember what you said though. Remember, it's about you gotta fight against that urge to be comfortable so that you don't live like how these other motherfuckers live.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them.
And it's got to be in the forefront every day. Like when you see Little Debbie, it needs to be either it's Little Debbie or it's a little debilitating life. Which one you gonna choose? You know, I'll leave you with this story too, since I got you here. I last year I had the distinct pleasure of meeting a guy named Fat Man Scoop. Right, Fat Man Scoop is like one of the greatest hip hop hype men of all time. He's like this guy who has a very distinct voice. He would like yell on all these hip hop records in the 90s and early 2000s, right? And I ended up meeting him last year because he found my stuff on like TikTok and he reached out. He's like, "Yo, I love your videos, bro." And I was like, "Hey man, I fuck with your music too, man." Right? And he reached out because he was on his fitness journey. Right? He was making incremental steps to make a change. It's in his fucking name, Fat Man Scoop. He had always been known as fat his whole life. But when he reached, his 50s, he got diagnosed with diabetes type 2. And he started having all kinds of problems and shit. He started, dealing with, just, low energy, digestive issues. He even ended up, not being able to get an erection, man. You know what I'm saying? And he told his doctor, "Hey man, I wasn't able to get it up. What do I do, doc?" And he said, "Yo," the doctor said some of the realest shit to him. And I'm gonna say this shit to you. He said, "Every time you think about eating some bullshit, I want you to think about what you just told me." Right? So when you see that pizza, you think about this shit. And so Fat Man Scoop said, every time he see pizza, he thinks it's either this bullshit pizza or it's my dick. Which one am I going to choose?
Now, how much weight has he lost?
He lost like 30 pounds after that conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? He lost a ton of weight. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, this is the sad part of the story. He lost that weight. He continued his journey for another year. And unfortunately, this summer, he passed away.
Oh.
He passed away on stage, performing, doing what he loved.
But and how much did he totally lose before he died?
I think it was 50 plus, right?
And how much more did he have to? How old was he still?
That I won't know, right? I'm not sure, but I say that to say, don't fucking wait till it's too late, because I have to believe that if he would have got on that shit sooner, maybe he would have beat it, and maybe he'd still be here. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I appreciate that story. I appreciate that story.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, man. We'll connect later, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Take it easy, brother. Peace. Yeah, guys. Just wanted to share that sort of story, that dialogue. Thank you to Jason for coming on, man. But no, this shit is real, man. A lot of you guys, are sitting around waiting on shit to get better, and you're not realizing that, the mere fact that you waiting is delaying the inevitable. Unfortunately, some people let it get so severe that this bullshit that they've been doing, it takes their life prematurely. You know what I'm saying? So don't wait, man. Don't wait. Get it done. Also, guys, if you want to call into the live, feel free. I'm about to drop the call link one more time. Call in to the live. Also, I dropped the link for Jason if you want to book that time for us to chat. It's the CoreyArmstrongFitness.com. But yeah, let's get to some of these questions, man. So we got what we got up in here. Oh, here go one. So we got Jay Bizzle. One more question. I'm losing weight, avoiding carbs, but your videos talk about keeping rice such in your diet. What are your thoughts on good carbs? What are good carbs? So the whole idea of good carbs, bad carbs, I think it's an oversimplification of why something is inherently good or bad. Okay, so let me break this shit down to y'all. It's super simple. What's good and what's not good? Good is some shit that came from the earth. Bad is some shit that was made in the lab. I'm gonna say that again. Good is some shit that came from the earth, and bad is some shit that fucking came from a lab. Okay, so if that shit is has a label and ingredients on it, it's not as good as some shit that came from the earth. Now there is, a lot of things that you can discuss in between that gets really gray, but generally speaking, the best carb options are like 4 ingredients or less. The best foods there are one ingredient. That's the shit that came from the earth. But if it is made in the lab and it is processed, you want it to have minimal ingredients. So that's kind of a general rule of thumb. The other thing is, guys, I think the whole thing about the amount of carbs that you consume is in relation to, one, the goal that you have, and two, how much you can consume and still hit your calorie and macro goals. So if you ain't tracking that shit, I mean, it really don't matter, because the amount of rice you can handle, for example, if you want to have that in the mix, is really just is arbitrary. Like you don't know how much is enough or how much is too much because you're not keeping track of it. It's kind of like that example I used when I was talking to Jason. It's like let's say you going Christmas shopping at the mall and you go in that motherfucker to make a purchase. Are you going to just swipe your card everywhere, or do you know how much money is in that account before you make a purchase? Of course you do. It sounds ridiculous to think about making a purchase, swiping your card, and not knowing what's on your account. But people do it all the time with food. That's why they fat as hell, right? Because they frivolously spending the caloric budget, right? So you just got to know how much. Rice isn't bad, right? What people say when they're saying that is bad is they're really relating it to like where it lies on the glycemic index. All that basically means is it digests really fast because like white rice and shit doesn't have fiber, right? But just because something digests fast doesn't mean it's bad for you. It just means you better be active enough to substantiate that fast digestion. If you a lazy motherfucker sitting on your ass, rice is gonna make you big as hell. If you like me, you active, you lift weights, you got muscle mass, you utilize that rice. Guys, if that made sense, type 1 in the chat. Type 1 if that made sense. Oh yeah, Jason, I just saw your message. I just sent it in the one-on-one. I didn't know you could do that on here. Okay, here we go. My man Stefan says, is Applegate a good brand for deli meat. Pause. I think Applegate is one of the best, and the reason I believe it's one of the best is because it's the one that like is devoid of a bunch of like nitrates and whatnot that cause inflammation. And man, to be honest, they go with like this is gonna sound wild to me saying it, but they give you bigger portions of the meats. Pause. Right. I like to get good amount of protein per serving just because I have a lot of lean muscle mass, so I want to get a lot of my protein in one sitting. And Applegate makes that easy, right? Like you get one of their slices of turkey bacon, for example, and it's probably like a good 8 to 10 grams of protein per slice, whereas most turkey bacons it's like 2 grams of protein. It's basically nothing. Crystal, what up, girl? Love your videos. You have helped me so much. I'm glad, right? I'm glad I could help, girl. This is what I'm here for. Does having spike blood sugar lead to cravings? It can, because what happens is if your blood sugar is spiked, I think the blood glucose level that it has to be for your body to secrete insulin is like 110, something like that. You know, once that happens, your body secretes insulin, which stores the sugar from your blood into your muscles and cells. And that essentially puts you in that mode where you're taking the sugar, you're placing it in those places, and then your body wants more sugar, essentially. You know what I mean? So it can lead to those cravings. I think the best way to curb that though is, I would say, my big three craving killers. One is more protein, because protein will slow the digestion of your foods and the release of that, that blood sugar spike, right? It slow that down. Two is fiber, for the same reason, slows the digestion, right? And then three is water. A lot of you motherfuckers think you got cravings and you hungry, but you really just thirsty, man. You out here thirsty, baby. If you not at least getting a gallon of water a day, 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, and you're not hitting somewhere close to your lean mass and protein, that's your problem. Now, if you're hitting that, all those numbers, and you still hungry, right, you might need to do something else to adjust. That's a little bit more intricate and beyond the scope of that question. But those are I guarantee 95% of y'all watching this, you do those things that I just told you, you ain't gonna have no cravings, man. You're gonna be good. I had a fitness guy mention to me about carbolin fuel. What do you think of that stuff? Bro, I don't even know what the fuck that is. What is that? Carbolin fuel. Let me let me Google it. Okay, so I just Googled it, and it seems to be, hold on, I'm gonna show you guys what it is, man, because I have no idea what it is. Let me share my screen. Carbolin fuel. I think you guys should see my screen now. All right, so this is carbolin fuel. I don't know what this is. It's a bottle of what? Let's look at the label. So whenever you look at something, you want to look at the ingredient label and the sort of the supplemental facts, the macros. I legit don't know what this is. I've never heard of this. It's 50 grams of carbs per one. Yeah, so it's 200 calories of carbolin. And it looks like carbolin is derived. So it's a powder derivation of potatoes, rice, and corn. So you basically get some powdered carbs, which essentially just is some fast digesting, carbs. I don't know why you would do this powder as opposed to just maybe eating your carbs, right? You can just eat some fruit and get the same value as this shit. But I don't know, man. Maybe what you were communicating gave that guy the impression that you don't eat enough carbs, or that you're not getting your carbs fast enough to have energy, because that's all that is. Carbs is just energy. You either use it or you don't. When you use it, it fuels your activity, right? But if you fat as hell, you got plenty of carbs on your big ass stomach already. You just got to get your body to utilize that instead. Um, so that's my thoughts. I don't know if that was helpful or not, but here we go. What's your recovery methods after a hard workout? Simple, man. It's super simple. Make sure you at least getting a gallon of water in a day. Reason that's important for recovery, guys. A lot of y'all don't recognize this, but the way your body distributes the nutrients to repair damaged muscle fibers is your bloodstream, right? What's blood? Well, your body produces blood from hydration. That's why you can't live, not drinking water for like up to like 3 days. I think it's like 3 to 7 days, something like that. So, you need hydration for that reason. Um, so I think that's number one. Number two, obviously get protein, right? Get a, protein in relation to your lean body mass. You'll kind of know that if you get your body fat percentage, right? Because you just take your body fat percentage, multiply that by your total mass, right? That'll tell you how much fat you got, and then you subtract that from your total mass, and then that's your lean muscle mass, right? You get that many grams of protein, at least, maybe a little more depending. You should be fine with recovery, and then just get 6 to 8 hours of sleep and stay active. Really, I talked about blood flow, circulation, and as it relates to hydration. The other side of that is if you move, right? If you utilize the muscles that you want to repair, so you get in there, you do some movement, right? You will also encourage that circulation. Last thing you want to be doing is like be one of these motherfuckers that train hard and then sit on your ass all the time, because then you're encouraging those muscles to get really really tight. Pause. And then what happens is, inherently you end up just out here, not getting the optimal blood flows to circulate into those muscles, right? So those are my recovery tips, man. If you need other more extensive recovery tips, I could go more in depth if I got a more specific concern as it relates to that. How much does creatine help, Corey? Creatine is the greatest supplement there is for muscle growth, for fat loss, right? Like I don't know that there's a better supplement than creatine, man, as it relates to losing fat, man. Because when you think about it, what causes you to lose fat? Burn more calories than you consume, right? So how do you burn more calories? Well, you move more and you have more lean muscle mass because your body burns more calories to service that muscle. So if you got more muscle, you'll lose more fat. So creatine helps with that. Obviously, I just kind of said it. Creatine helps build muscle, right? Because it helps with strength, it helps with recovery as well. Increases the muscle protein synthesis process. So it's great, man. It's fantastic. I think everybody can benefit from creatine, man. Question, man. Hold up. Zero. What up, Zero? From Mega Man. He's supposed to be killing Mavericks right now. So I started seriously tracking my food after watching your vids. I started eating white rice, chicken breast, and broccoli. How to know if I'm not going over? Um, what do you mean not going over? Tracking tells you, right? Tracking is a scoreboard. If you did the calculations, you figure out to be in a calorie deficit for you. Because I don't know your stats. If you want me to, guys, if you want me to make your macros, uh, type in the chat, make my macros, and then I'll do your macros live here. But my man, you got to know your calorie goal, right? And then the macros associated with that. And then you just put in the servings of your white rice, chicken breast, and broccoli into that shit. And then that inherently is how you know if you're going over or not. So you really just need to be like looking at your numbers, man. I think you're asking because you might not know what to look at, but that's how you know. Corey, this is an important question. So that nephew told me to tell you I'm going to lick and slap his bald head and run out of the store. I ain't had my head licked by another human, at least not this one, right? I don't know if I'm okay with that. I think I'm gonna pass on that offer. I appreciate the offer, you know what I mean, but I'm good. I'm okay. I'll check no in that box. I can see why your last name is Armstrong, because your arms are strong. Yo, I've been hearing that shit since I was in elementary school. I was like third grade. You know what I mean, right? Um, Corey, thanks to following your tips. I've lost 30 pounds, going from 220 to 190. However, the weight loss stopped a few weeks ago. How do I kickstart it again? Uh, if you've been tracking your calories, you probably just need to adjust your calories, maybe come down a bit. You didn't give me your stats or your calories or any of that stuff, but I would assume that if your body is adjusted, you either got to come down on your calories or increase your activity, right? What you look at your numbers tell you how to kickstart it, right? If you're not tracking numbers, that's your problem. So if, let's say, for example, I track my steps with an Oura ring, right? And let's say I'm averaging like 5,000 steps a day. My calories is 1,800 or whatever it is, and I hit the point you talking about. Well, I got a choice to make. Either I'm going to increase my steps from 5,000 and go up, right? Take that shit to, I don't know, 10,000, or obviously go the route of just dropping my calories down from 1,800 to maybe I drop it down 1,700, maybe I drop it down 1,600. Just depends. But look at your numbers, right? You know what I'm saying? Look at your numbers. Your numbers going to tell you. Creatine versus whey. They're two different supplements for two different reasons. So I don't know if there's a versus here. I think it's just like, creatine is something that actually helps you produce produce more what's called ATP. That's the energy source that your body utilizes to fuel your activity when you're in the gym. So when you're like pushing weight, lifting weights, your body's utilizing ATP. Creatine helps you increase that and actually create it at a faster rate. So you have more fuel and more energy. And as a result, you get stronger. Plus, it helps your muscles absorb moisture, absorb hydration better too. So they sort of inflate and expand to some degree, and as a result, you can perform better and move more weight. Whey protein has a completely different job. That's like asking creatine versus whey. That's kind of like asking, like, you know, the the accountant versus the custodian, right? Which one got a more important job? Well, they just got two different jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's not one or the other. Like it's they just got two different jobs. So Way's job is repair the damaged muscle fibers, because your body actually takes protein, well, I should say the amino acids from protein, to create, repair, and retain the muscle. So when you break down the muscle after your workout, right, creatine helps fuel that workout. Whey comes in and cleans up the mess like a custodian, right? So that's pretty much it. It's like those are two different things. I take both. I tell my clients to take both. You don't have to do either or. You take both. How much do you weigh? I weigh 185 pounds, man. Zero says make my macros. All right, Zero. And anybody else who wants to make my macros, this is how we do it. So Zero, I need your height, I need your weight, I need your age, and I need your goal. Okay. And then I can do your macros. Okay. If anybody else wants their macros done, type make my macros in the chat, and I got you. I'm pulling up the shit, you know what I'm saying, on the other screen that I'll be using. Uh, uh, uh. All right. I got what I need now. All right, let's get back into these questions. What are your favorite resistance training workouts? when you say workouts, are you just referring to certain movements or like the entire program as a whole, right? Because that's two different conversations. My favorite movement, right? I love deadlifts, man. It's just something about that shit, like being able to like pull a bunch of weight off the ground, right? It makes you feel like an actual man. You know what I mean? I like deadlifts. Um, but I think my favorite muscle to train is my back now too. You know what I'm saying? So that I think I don't know if that answers the question or not, but you know what I'm saying. Brad, what up, man? I only go to the gym on the weekends. Should I only take creatine on the weekends or every day? You should take creatine every day, man. Creatine. So here's the thing: creatine's effectiveness, it really sets in once the muscles saturate with the creatine. So you're not getting creatine benefits on that day, or the next day or the next day. No, you're getting it after consistent consumption of it, right? And it actually takes a few weeks for your muscles to saturate with the creatine, just as long as you're taking the prescribed amount that's effective, 3 to 5 grams, So it doesn't matter when you take the creatine, man. It just matters that you continue to take it. That's it, man. Um, is it bad that I can eat the whole bag of cashews? They're so good. Uh, I'll do over my calorie deficit. Oh, Rudy, what the fuck? Like, like what you want, man? You want some tasty ass cashews, or you want to lose this motherfucking weight, man? Right? Like, because I mean, unless you just super active, you always moving, right? You burning enough calories. You can't do both, right? Not with your current lifestyle, right? Unless you just always walking, always moving, always burning those calories, right? Because if you eat too much fucking food, Rudy or anybody else, right? Because you ain't got no self control, it's too hard for you to say no to some motherfucking food, man, right? You've done harder things in your life, by the way, right? It's probably harder to open up your phone and watch this video than to just like fucking throw something in your mouth, right? So you've done harder things in your life, man. It's just like, what do you want more? Do you want that comfort of having something tasty in your motherfucking mouth, or do you want to like actually change the way you look, feel, and the way that your body performs? What do you really want? That's what you got to focus on, baby. Focus on that, man. You can change a lot. I see my man's Johan just came on, man. Let's see what Johan is wanting to talk about. Johan, man, you got to get some light in there, man. You over here looking like it's super black. It's looking like I'm talking to a villain, bro. Like, can you get some light before I bring you on the screen, bro? Come on, man. This is creepy, man. I don't want to bring you on the screen. It look like, what I'm saying? I'm talking to my arch nemesis. Something like in the comment, I'm about to talk to Thanos or something, man. Come on, Johan. I'm gonna wait on Johan to get his shit together. Um, you know, I weigh 100 and okay, so I weigh 192. I'm in the best shape of my life, except I did it on my own. Omar, that's great, man. You say that like it's a bad thing, man. Congratulations, bro. And to be clear, like everybody does things on their own to some degree. You know what I mean? Um, you know, no, Johan, man. No, I see you, man. You looking kind of young, bro. Hey, man, okay. So guys, to call in, hey, man, you gotta be 21 and up, man. Johan not 21, man. Johan's a young buck, man. I can't bring you on the screen, man. They're gonna flag my channel. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're gonna make the macros. My man, Empowered Travels. Okay, here go the stats. Here we go. So Empowered Travels is 5'8". He's also 190, and Empowered Travels is, what is he, 43? Okay. Nah, there you go. There you go. All right. So we got So I'm about to make the macros, my man's Empowered Travels. So we got 190. All right. So Empowered Travels. Here's the deal. If you want to lose some fat right now, your body burns, your BMR is 1,700 calories. So your body burns 1,700 calories on its own. Now, let's say you want to lose some fat, right? Which it looks like you do. All you got to do, bro, is just go slightly below that, right? Like I would just put you 200 calories below that into a deficit, and then I would put you on, as long as you're not diabetic or anything, I'll put you on a 40 30 30, right? Basically what that means is 40% of your calories is going to come from protein, right? And this is extremely important. It's going to keep you satiated and full in that deficit. It's also going to help your muscle fibers repair, assuming that you in the motherfucking gym actually working out and lifting weights, right? Because that's going to be the thing that makes you look good when you lose this fat and solidifies, right, your weight loss, because it's going to keep your metabolism up. Now, what's the deal? You need to consume 1,500 calories, 150 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and 113 grams of carbs. Yo, you do that in Power Travels every day. Make sure you get a gallon of water in every single day. You're gonna get all kinds of ripped, right? All I ask is just you just pull up, show me some love, let me know how helpful that was, right? So that's me. Make guys, if you want me to make your macros next, type make my macros, put your height, weight, age, and your goal. All right, zero. What up, man? All right, so zero. I'm surprised you still not, out here. You're supposed to be fighting the Mavericks, man, with X. All right. So you 5'8", 180, 26. All right. So your BMR a little bit higher than Empowered Travels because you're a little younger. So it's actually 1,800, right? So 1,800 puts your BMR a little bit higher. I would say come down with your calories, 200 calories less than that to put you in that deficit. That'll put you at 1,600 calories, 160 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, and 53 grams of fat. Bro, you do that for the next 2 weeks, I guarantee you're going to lose all kinds of fat. All I ask is that you just come back and tell me about it, man. Tell me like how much you lost, man, so I can show you some love, man. Give you a big shout out, baby. All right. F Pandero. Pandero. All right, man. So Mr. Pandero, you are 6'1", right? Shout out to that 6'1", 330. Yo, you big as hell, but that's okay, man. You ain't gotta stay that way if you take my advice. And you 47. All right. So you, my friend, you have a gift, and that is the gift of a high metabolic rate. Your body burns 2,400 calories on its own. Okay. So what I like to do with guys that's like over 300 pounds is like I put them in a more aggressive deficit, maybe 300, 400 calories less than their BMR, because you just not that active. That's why you that fucking big. Okay. So I would prescribe you personally. I would just say, look, let's go. Let's test this out. 2,100 calories, right? Let's go 2,100 calories, 21, right? And then 40, 30, 30. So your goal, write this down, Pandero. 2,100 calories. Your macros is 210 protein, 210 grams of protein, 158 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of total fat. Yo, you do that, all kinds of success coming your way. You know what I'm saying? All I ask is that you just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Once you've done that, just say, hey man, coach, I was able to see nothing but success with that, right? Just come through, just give me a feedback, give me some wins once you do, man. Cause I need everybody to know, man, these methods work. All right. Wish you the best, Pandero. William Waddle. Dub. All right. So you are 52 and 5'9". Okay, 52, 5'9". Okay. And you are 192, and your goal is to bulk Okay, so you want to build some muscle. And so you 192. All right, so the opposite for you, man, because when it's time to bulk, when it's time to build some muscle, you take your BMR and you add calories to it. So if I were you, because your BMR right now is 1,700 calories, your body burns that on its own, I would aim to go somewhere between 300 to 500 calories above that. You know what I mean? So if you want to be aggressive, like let's just say we're going to be aggressive, like we're going to really aim to build a lot of muscle quickly, right? Put you at 2,200 calories as your goal, right? So 2,200 calories, and then I'm gonna put you on a macro ratio of what I call 50, 30, 20. In English, what that means is 50% of his carbs, guys. 50% of his calories is gonna be carbs. You're gonna eat a lot of carbs because carbs are the fuel to actually help you gain more strength faster in that motherfucking gym, right? Make sure you eat those carbs, Will, but make sure you track them carbs so you ain't out here overdoing it, right? So I would put your macros, if I was coaching you, 165 grams of protein, 49 grams of fat, 275 grams of carbs. Will you do that every day for the next 2 weeks? You hit the weights, you get stronger. Yo, you're going to gain some muscle. I guarantee it. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just come back and show some love, man. Tell me how successful you are once you do that, man. All right. I try to burn at least 1,000 calories a day. You try. What the fuck is that? Try. What? What is that? I don't know the meaning of the phrase. Scott, make my macros. Guys, comment, make my macros with your age, height, your weight, and your goal. And I'll make your macros next. My man's goal is he wants to get to 175. All right. Hey, Scott looked like he did he served our country, man. Thank you for your service, man. I see you suited up next to that motherfucking American flag, man. Shout out to you, man. America. America, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, in November, you know, of these years, people be at odds because of what political stance they got, man. Hey, listen, we in the same fight, man. You know what I'm saying? We in the same fight. Get that American pride, man. Let's stop fighting. Let's love one another, man. All right. Yo, young Scotty, right? Your BMR is 1850, right? So what I would do if I was coaching you, man, I would just say, yo, go 1650, right? 200 calories less than that. Let's just go ahead, just get this weight up off you real quick. Put you on a 40, 30, 30 as well. That basically relates to this. Get your pen and pad ready, big dog. Your macros are as follows. 165 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 124 grams of carbs. You do that on 1650 calories, bro, you gonna lose all kinds of weight. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get ripped, baby. Just come through and tell me how much weight you lost once you did. All right. All right. After tracking, you realize how easily you can overeat. Yeah, man. You be out here eating like a fat ass, man. You be eating like a fatty McFatterson. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Oh, my man's asks, do you support Trump or Harris? I support Corey. That's who I support, man. Yeah, that's who I fucking support, man. Yo, Corey, I'm sorry about Ang, but please answer his question. He wants to know what you're going to do if the nephew licks and slaps your bald head and run away. Hey, man, I'm not really into that, man. That kink, you know what I'm saying? Licking my head and stuff. I'm not into that, man. I got a girl, man. She don't lick my my head. Not this one. She don't do that. Do you believe in intermittent fasting? I think it's one of the greatest things ever invented, man. I've been intermittent fasting pretty much every day since like 2015. So yeah, I believe in it a lot. I think it's great, you know. All right, here we go. I think I got another make my macros. Okay, so here we go. Trout Bandit. What up, Trout? That's a fish. He wants to my macros right now. Oh, you already have your macros. Okay. So my macros are 190 protein, 52 grams of fat, 270 grams of carbs. Goal is to cut for the abs. That's not what I would put you on to cut for the abs. If you 182 pounds, why are you eating 270 grams of carbs if you want to cut? Why would you do that? I mean, that's an obsessive amount of carbs. You're gonna have to do a lot of cardio, my G, just to burn through that and get to the deficit when you don't really have to. You can just not eat that much, man. You don't have to go that hard to cut. You know what I'm saying? So I think your macros are fucked up, personally. If you want me to do your macros for you, type make my macros with your height, age, weight, and your goal, and I got you. Mike Eller, it's a baby face. That's not Mike, that's a baby. All right. He says 10 to 15 pounds. Yo, I don't know what that means, Mike. I was gonna do your macros, but I don't know if you mean gain 10 to 15 pounds of muscle or lose 10 to 15 pounds. So I don't know. I need more detail, bro. I was gonna hook you up, man, but you left me hanging with the info. Ha ha, Ayana Brown. I know this person. Greetings. It's my mother. Macros. All right. You got the cheat code. You got me, right? All right. So mom, 52. 162. Oh yeah, we gotta do something about that. We can't have you out here in the 160s, mama. We can't be doing that. 5'6". You see that's why they be telling you can get away with it, because you tall for a woman. But nah, we gotta get you in them healthy ranges for the ladies. All right. So your BMR is 1350, right? So your body by itself burns 1350 calories. So if I was coaching you, I'd bring you down 150 to 200 calories. Let's just make it a 1150, right? Let's just put you on 1150 cal, and then put you on the 40 30 30. So write this down, mother. All right, go get your pen and pad. 1150 calories, 115 grams of protein, 86 grams of carbs, 38 grams of total fat. You do that, you stay active. You keep using that gym membership I'm paying for. You're gonna lose at least, I think you can do like 10 pounds by, you do it every day starting today, by Thanksgiving, when I fly up north to see you. All right, guys, that's really my mother. Okay. What are your thoughts on war on science-based lifters? I have no thoughts on that because I don't give a fuck. Right? I don't give a fuck with people, grown men on the internet arguing back and forth about who got the best insights on some shit that really is supposed to be about personal improvement. Right? I don't give a fuck, man. Right? I do not give a fuck. You guys ever notice, like, I don't be on the internet talking about what other motherfuckers is doing, right? Because I'm too busy focused on what I'm going to do to improve my own life and those around me, right? So it's like I have no time or bandwidth to be sitting around, putting any type of focus or energy on what another man is doing. I think it's a little weird to be making videos about other men, personally. Right? Like that's just me, right? I ain't never woke up out of my bed like, I'm about to make a video about this guy, right? Like, it's just a little weird to me. Nothing against those guys, right? Like, I'm sure they like, they're great dudes, probably, personally, but you ain't gonna never see me do that. You ain't gonna never see me do that. How do you get a girlfriend? You become a guy that a woman would want to date. Right? That's the best answer to that. That's always the answer, by the way. Like, you become someone who a woman would want to be with, right? You improve yourself physically, mentally, financially, you know, just so much so that like you inherently attract people into your life because you're a valuable person, because you contribute to those around you. And in some way, she looks at you and says, man, this guy can contribute to my life somehow. You become a guy that a woman will want to be with. That's really it. All right. Rishi Rich. All right. You trying to lose 35 pounds? What the fuck you what you mean try? What is that? What is try? I don't know the meaning of the phrase. All right. Rishi Rish is 41, right? 5'8". Okay. 5'8" and 198. So you want to lose some weight. Your BMR right now is 1,600 calories. Okay, that means your body burns 1,600 on its own. Bro, all you got to do, Rishi, is, oh, actually, you know what? That's wrong. It's not 1,600. It's actually 1,750. So I would take 200 calories from that, put your calories at 1,550. And then, from there, these are your macros. Write these down. 155 grams of protein, 52 grams of fat, 116 grams of carbs. If that helped you, drop a flex emoji in the chat. I got you. And let's get to the next one, man. Trump 2024. That's funny. Hey, man, listen, whether it's Trump or Kamala, just make sure you're doing everything you can do personally as a person in your own life so that you win, okay? Work on yourself, because whoever's in office ain't going to change your motherfucking life unless you change the person you are. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian, how do you calculate BMR? You just Google BMR calculator like I did, BMR calculator, and it shows up, and you just type your stats in. Now, if you want me to do your BMR here live, just type make my macros and then give me your height, weight, age, and then your goal, and then I'll make your macros and your BMR. Corey, I think you're a great guy, but why did you threaten to choke somebody's nephew? I don't know if I really did. I threaten to choke somebody's nephew? Did I say that? He probably said some wild shit, and I was like, yeah, you don't want to get choked. Hey, sometimes people get choked, man. It's okay. I've been choked before. My mom choked me a lot when I was a kid. No, not a lot. I'm just playing. But no, it made me a better person. I think we need to normalize people getting their asses whooped again, man. Because having the fear that you could potentially like be physically harmed by another human, I think it prevents a lot of people outlandish behavior from actually showcasing itself, right? Like I remember in the 90s when before like, social media and before like, everybody was like had like a gun and like easily bring guns and stuff like to school and whatnot. Like the scariest thing sometimes was like knowing that once that bell ring, somebody gonna be waiting for you outside for something you said, and you're gonna have to fight that person. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to bring that back. I think we need to bring back, people actually like fighting. And I know a lot of people is gonna like not agree with me on that, but fuck it, man. I think it was a simpler time, man, where you just like have a fist fight with somebody in the courtyard, like the playground, and then like you guys just work it out right there. Are Quest protein chips good for you? I would say they are. I wouldn't say that they're good, but I wouldn't say that they're bad. I would say that if you're gonna go for some chips, that's the best option because they actually have some nutritional value, right? But it's a processed item. So I think I always tell my clients to practice the 80-20 rule. 80% of what you consume, whole natural food sources, right? The other 20% could be a little bit more processed. So as long as like 80% of your diet is like real food, like stuff that came from the earth or something that died, that other 20% can be like your Quest chips, your protein snacks, your protein bars, whatever. But I think from that perspective, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the heart journey is dope. Just starting out. Hey, that's what's up, Novid. Hey, let's get these wins, baby. Let's get these wins. Okay, somebody you know what I'm saying? Should I take creatine when I'm trying to bulk? Are you trying to bulk or you doing a bulk, man? Which one is it? I keep using this T word in my chat, man. It's wild. I think creatine is the best thing you can take. All right. I think it's pretty clear to me. Like it's literally the best supplement there is for building muscle. So the answer to that is yes. Georgia, I do not know how to do the BMR. Could you show me? I'm 300 pounds of 5'8". So if you give me your age to go along with that and your goal, I can build your BMR and make your macros live. I just need some more statistics from you. If I'm on a good diet for the whole day and I end the day off with the protein snack, is that okay? I need to see like how that affects your calories and macros. I mean, I think that really is the answer to your question. It's like, you know, a protein snack, it's good or bad in relation to the numbers, right? So like let's look at a practical application of this. Let's just use money again. Let's say you about to go make a purchase, right? And you got $1,000 in your account, right? And you spend like $997 before you get to the point where you're about to make this last purchase. And that last purchase, it's $10, right? And then you make it. Is that a good or bad purchase? Well, it sets you in overdraft. Do you want to be in overdraft? No. So in that case, it's a bad purchase from that vantage point, right? From that perspective. But $10 inherently by itself is not bad. You just made the purchase when you had spent so much money on some other shit, right? So you went over your budget because of when you chose to spend that $10. It's the same thing with the motherfucking protein snack, man. It's like you got to look at your whole day, not just the snack itself. The snack ain't good or bad, man. It's just about how it relates to your day. All right, let's get into it. Georgia is 62. I think Georgia is a lady, right? And we gotta make your stats. Let's do it. All right, scroll up a little bit. Georgia is 300 pounds. Georgia, we got some work to do. Can't have you out here 300 pounds. And Georgia, 5'8". All right. So your BMR is 1,950 calories. So that means your body burns 1,950 on its own. If I was coaching you, since you 300, I say, look, let's go aggressive with your deficit. Let's go 300 calories less than that, right? The reason you that big is because you're not active. You out here sitting on your bum all day long at your work or whatever you do. Or if you're retired, you'd be always sitting on your bum, right? So we got to reduce those calories aggressively and get you into motherfucking action, okay? So I put you at 1,650 personally. And if you are not diabetic, you could be on a 40, 30, 30, no problem. So I will put you on 165 grams of protein, 124 grams of carbs, 55 grams of fat. You do that every single day, Georgia, you're going to be out here winning. All right. I'm rooting for you. Just come through. Shoot me a message once you lose all that weight. And I want to just root you on for success. Guys, if you want me to do your macros. Type make my macros with your age, height, weight, and your goal in the chat, and I got you. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more, then I got to get out of here, y'all. Got to get ready for a date in a little bit. All right, here we go. Imraz. What up, Imraz? So Imraz wants to lose some fat. I think Imraz, I need to know your gender because you ain't got no picture there. Imraz, you a girl or a guy? Imraz, let me know. And then I'll break this down. Imraz, girl or a guy? Female or male? All right, we're gonna do another one while we wait on Imraz. Rudy, Mr. Cashew Man. He wants to make his macros. Rudy is 6'2". All right, young Rudy. Rudy wants to, he's 158 pounds. And Rudy is 43. Yeah, Rudy, you 43. You've done harder things than say no to some nuts. Pause. All right, so your macro, your BMR is 1650. So your body burns 1650 calories on its own. So then if I was coaching you, look, I just say bring it down to 1450, right? Bring it down 200 calories. All you got to do to lose fat is this: consume 1450 calories a day. Write down your protein: 145 grams of protein, 109 grams of carbs, 48 grams of total fat. Yo, you do that every day, man, you're gonna lose a bunch of weight, young Rudy. Right? You can fit some cashews into that, but it's not gonna be like all the cashews. Right? All right. Imraz, we back. Imraz is a lady. Shout out to my ladies, Al. All right. Imraz is 37. Big old 37. Imraz is 155. Right? And Imraz is 5'2". Itty bitty. She little. Right? So similar to Mama Dukes, you got 1350 is your body burns 1,350 calories on its own. So your BMR is 1,350. Your calories that I would set as your goal is 1,150, right? 115 grams of protein, 86 grams of carbs, and 38 grams of fat. Make sure you write that down. Use that for the next 2 weeks, yo. I guarantee you're gonna lose all kinds of fat. The key though, I haven't been saying this today, but I always say it in my videos. You got to get at least a gallon of water in a day for you to be able to substantiate that deficit. If you don't, because that's an aggressive deficit, you will fail. Right? So you have to stay hydrated for this to work. Yeah, man. My man said, yo, Corey, with my meals, I do use some sauces because the food can get dry. Okay. I do track it though to make sure I'm not going over my calories. Is that cheating process? Nah, man. If it fits the macros, man, it's fine. It's fine, man. You know, Lee Hoffman, what's for dinner? I'm likely gonna have some steak. I gotta look at the menu, but I did see on the menu there's some steak. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I'm talking about, man. My man Rudy says thanks. Hey, man, no problem. No problem, man. Another Corey just came into the chat. He says, when I work legs, squats, deadlifts afterwards, I get lots of soreness and lactic acid buildup. How do I reduce the lactic acid? I mean, I don't know that there's really a way that you can reduce that. Like, I think you just have to work on something on the recovery process to help with recovery, right? Like, you gotta. I don't know enough about you to know if you're doing the things I'm gonna say or not, but I'll just say some of these things. One, if you got a lot of lactic acid buildup, you may need to put some stretching into your protocol to encourage good blood flow circulation and sort of really telling the muscles to relax after your squats and deads. Um, the other part of it is like get enough protein in, get the protein numbers up. If you're not at least consuming, your lean muscle mass and grams, you playing yourself. Right. And then, get at least a gallon of water in a day. I think those are the simple things. But like when people talk about lactic acid, it's not really something you have a lot of control over. It's actually a good thing, right? It's sort of your muscles are getting inflamed and fluids are coming into them with the purpose of repair. So it's not a bad thing at all, man. I guess I would need to know more about like what the lactic acid is preventing you from doing. Like what are you experiencing that causes the concern? Because lactic acid is just a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if those tips are helpful or not, but if you can give me a little bit more clarity, like I can learn, like, all right, you're saying that you're experiencing this, and so you need to do this. But lactic acid is normal. It's nothing wrong with that. All right. How many Olympians have you won? None. All right. I don't pose on stages with some motherfucking trunks on. I don't do that personally. Nothing wrong with it, but like I don't bodybuild. I coach people to to go from shit to fit. That's my profession. That's what I do. Brad, hey Corey, one more question. I'm 52, 5'11, 250. Started intermittent fasting Monday. I'll be doing 1,800 calories a day, but how much fat carbs should I take in a day? I can give you your macros right now, brother. So let's say you're doing 1,800 calories. Well, you just take the 1,800. If I was coaching you, I'd put you on a 40, 30, 30. Right? That's kind of one of the most proven in my realm of expertise in fat loss and getting lean and ripped. That's what I coach all my guys on, that you see those amazing before and after pictures. Bro, I would put you on 180 grams of protein, 135 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat. You do that, bro, you're going to be solid. It takes days to recover. Yeah, if it takes days to recover, bro, like I think you just something's fucked up with your nutrition, man. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the problem. You know what I mean? Are you getting enough protein in? Are you getting enough water in? Those are probably more issues than things, right? Because you know maybe you just training hard. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that's what you gotta look at, man. Um, Jennifer, is it okay to eat food after lifted weights? Thank you for your videos. It's great intermittent fasting, proper workout protein food. Yeah, you can eat after you train, or you cannot eat after you train. You can fast, the rest of the day if you want, right? Depends on what your goal is. But if your goal is to lose fat, utilizing intermittent fasting, and you want to know should you be out here eating protein right after your workout, you don't have to, right? Like when you break down muscle, right, that the process of your body rebuilding itself is called muscle protein synthesis. Is when you take the amino acids from protein and repair the muscle, and make it bigger. And that process is actually elevated for 48 to 72 hours. So as long as you get your protein, your amino acids in, within 48 hours of you training, you should be fine. You're not going to just lose muscle's not just going to melt off your motherfucking body because you didn't eat for like 12 to 20 hours. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. Um, Is it okay to exercise with your partners? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I exercise with my girlfriend sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think it's cool. I think you create that standard. You know, that's when you know, especially if you a guy and you kind of like, the first one to take that step to like start working out and bettering yourself. And you notice your girl start asking, what I'm saying, start asking you like, hey, can I work out with you? Like, I think that's good. You're setting a higher standard for health. So I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. A lot of your fans are all up in the comments section of Santa Cruz Medicinal's YouTube channel. Um, hey man, I don't know what you want me to say, man. I didn't tell him to do that. So I don't really know what you want me to do about it. I thank you for letting me know, but sometimes people just decide they want to do stuff, and that's one of the things they decide to do. Shout out to Santa Cruz Medicinals, though, man. I heard great things about the brother. I ain't never seen his videos, though. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not a shot at him. It's just I'm focused on other shit right now, like coaching my clients and getting good results, and then putting out good content for you guys, man. So I apologize. I don't really watch a bunch of YouTube, even though technically to some I'm a YouTuber, but really like I'm a coach first that uses YouTube videos to teach. Right. So all right. Who else if you want me to make your macros, type make my macros in the chat, man, and I'll hook you up. When you type make my macros, make sure you put your age, your height, your weight. I guess I should say gender too, and then your goal. And now make your macros. Answer a couple more, then I'm gonna get out of here. Is Instagram still on here? Oh yeah. Oh, IG is still on this joint, man. Shout out to y'all coming through. Yeah. All right. I think is all our questions for the night. Is everybody? All right. Going once, going twice. All right. So, all right, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm gonna start going live more often to help you guys out. If you do need some help, you know what I'm saying, you need some guidance, you need some one-on-one love, you need that accountability, you need me to tell you the truth and help you be great. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to work with me in the chat. Right? You can apply to see if maybe we're a good fit. Man, I can't make no guarantees that I will be able to help you, but you can apply to see if potentially I can help you. Till next time, y'all. Peace.